In this week's Parsha, the long-awaited, or the long-feared, showdown between Yakov and Esav takes place. Ever since Yakov surreptitiously took the blessings that were designated for his brother, we knew that Esav was upset. We never knew how much time it would take for him to calm down. Their mother Rivka had said to Yaakov, "Run away, leave, go. And when your brother calms down, I'll send for you." And we never clearly hear of Rivka sending for Yaakov to come back, which gives us a piece of information, by lack of information, which should cause fear and anxiety. On the other hand, God has told Yaakov it's time to go home. And there's something interesting here at the background that we need to pay attention to. The battle between Yakov and Esav was not just a battle between two brothers, but there seems to be a basis for it, and the basis seems to be the land of Israel. And the reason why we can say that is because Esav knew where Yaakov went. He knew where he ran away to. But the whole time that Yaakov was away, apparently Esav does not, or is not interested in tracking him down and finding him and taking his vengeance. It's only when Yaakov comes and makes his way towards the land of Israel that we find Esav getting ready and preparing and gathering an army to come in to stop Yaakov. Now, the battle that takes place between the two of them actually began a long time before. We were given what we can call foreshadowing when Rivka was pregnant. The word that the Torah uses, Vayitratzitzу, they were struggling or running back and forth from the word ratz. There was some kind of a struggling taking place inside of her. And right then it seems to be that there's something going on between these two. And of course Rivka was told that they're not going to behave as brothers. They're not even going to behave as friends. They're not going to behave as people of one nation. They're going to be two different nations. Yaakov or Yisrael will be one and Esav will be the other. But again, it seems to be like so much of world history that the crux of it is the land of Israel. In utero, Yaakov reaches up and grabs the leg or the foot of Esav as Esav is about to be born first, and apparently, by being born first, staking his claim from the very first moments of life as the firstborn to the land of Israel to inherit that which belongs to Yitzchak. On the other hand, we find the night before the confrontation takes place between Yakov and Esav, Yaakov is all by himself, and he's accosted by a stranger. The text of the Torah calls it a man. Later on in the prophets, this man is referred to as an angel. According to rabbinic tradition, the angel is the angel of Esav. And this angel of Esav wrestles and challenges Yaakov, and it's interesting because that scene that took place in utero all those years ago now is being played out, and I would almost say in real life, except what does it mean to wrestle with an angel? And when Yaakov wrestles with this angel, the angel seems to have in mind with what Yaakov had done to Esav all those years before, grabbing at his leg and being called Yaakov for grabbing his heel, grabbing his foot, from the word Akev, causing Yaakov's name and identity to be identified with this wrestling, being identified in terms of his relationship with his brother and holding on to the foot of his brother. This adversary, when he wrestles with Yaakov, grabs Yaakov's leg, and he wounds Yaakov's leg, which, as I said, seems to be payback for what happened all those years before. The morning dawns, and Esav, the real Esav, not Esav in utero, and not Esav as an angel, or Esav's power in heaven, as it were, the real Esav comes, but together with 400 men. And I've wondered, what's the significance of 400? And the number comes up 2 times in the story, in the life of Avraham. We're told on the one hand that Avraham was told that his descendants would be enslaved in a land which wasn't there for 400 years. And we're also told that Avraham bought the Marat HaMachpelah, the place that he buried Sarah, for 400 coins. Could it be that either consciously or subconsciously, Esav is identifying with one of these issues? Is he staking a claim to the Marat HaMachpelah? Is he claiming that he's going to be the rightful heir of Avram and Yitzchak? Is he taking upon himself the 400 years of servitude? But upon meeting up with Yaakov, something happens. the 400 men seem to disappear, and Esav, staring at Yaakov, seems to step aside. Yaakov offers his bounty. He offers Esav presents. He offers him, as it were, the things that he had taken by virtue of taking the blessing. And Esav says, no, you take it. And the word birchato, blessing, is used in this context. Esav seems at this point to back down, and to say to Yaakov, no, you take which is yours. You keep which is yours. And eventually we find that Esav walks away, and he leaves the land of Israel, recognizing that Yaakov really is the true owner. So it's interesting. In utero they struggle. The night before, Yaakov struggles with this other type of adversary. When it comes to the real Esav, he's vanquished. He doesn't have the stomach to fight. He needs his 400 people, but they all seem to disappear. And Esav himself bows his head and acknowledges that the land of Israel and the blessings are Yaakov's.